gas prices might be going down with a new action announced by President Biden.
For you. Stay tuned.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Oh, I don't need that one yet, because that's for this.
News. I'm Blake Coonley.
And I'm Kayla Holt. You know, Blake, I've been thinking about taking a road trip this weekend, but the way the gas prices have been lately, it's not agreeing with my wallet.
Well, it looks like you and your wallet are in luck. Gas prices are starting to go down around the country. In Texas, we're down 4 cents from last week to $3.84, and in Denton County, gas is a bit cheaper. The average is $3.73 per gallon.
That is good news, but even those prices are a stretch for many of us. However, an announcement today from the president should help the situation.
He will be releasing a record amount of crude oil from strategic petroleum reserves located in underground salt caverns in Louisiana and Texas. CNN's Chris Wynn has more.
President Joe Biden making unprecedented moves to relieve pain at the pump.
Your family budgets to fill a tank, none of it should hinge on whether a dictator declares war.
Releasing a record 1 million barrels a day from the strategic petroleum reserves in an effort to reduce gas prices and put pressure on oil companies to increase supply.
This is the time, not the time to sit on record profits. It's time to step up for the good of your country, the good of the world, to invest in immediate production that we need to respond to Vladimir Putin.
Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the U.S. price of regular gasoline spiked, hitting a record high average of $4.33 a gallon earlier this month.
I'll put 150 and I won't fill up.
Have everything just go sky high is ridiculous. We can't afford it.
Biden previously announced a coordinated release of oil in conjunction with other nations. While tapping deeper into the reserve is expected to have a limited effect on prices, the president is hoping to send a political message amid a difficult midterm election year.
It's time to deliver true long-term energy independence in America once and for all. And I'm going to continue to use every tool at my disposal to protect you from Putin's price hike.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Between lower gas prices and these warmer temperatures, I think I might actually go outside and do something fun. But before I get ahead of myself, let's check in with our weather anchor, Ryan Cantrell, to see how long the nice weather will last. Ryan?
Well, y'all, the storms are finally gone in Denton County, but that's not the case for the south. However, I will get into that in my full weather forecast. But currently, we are experiencing beautiful conditions here in Denton. Currently, we are at a current temperature of 68 degrees under sunny skies and northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. Now on to tonight, temperatures will dip down into the low 50s with a 54-degree actual temperature. Winds will calm down to the east at 3 miles per hour, and those clear skies will remain. On to tomorrow, we'll start to see some clouds roll in and temperatures dip back up all the way to the mid-60s with an actual temperature of 66 degrees, and those winds pick up to the southeast at 12 miles per hour. That's all I have from my first look weather. Stick with us as I talk about the storms that ravaged the south and my full weather forecast. Kayla?
Thank you, Ryan. Hopefully the weather stays nice this weekend. I have some pretty big plans. 4-foot tall plans to be exact. Our weather reporter Leslie Juarez has more. Leslie?
Thanks, Kayla. I'm live in Aubrey, Texas, here with some four-legged friends in great company. Here with me, Russell and Anna Meek from Texture Owners Farm Owners. Thank you for joining us. Texas is known for cows. Why do we have alpacas at this time of the year?
Well, we have a lot of farms around Texas that have alpacas. They're an up-and-coming industry. They're an easy-keeping animal, and they're quite valuable with their fleece.
How can people come spend some time with this four-legged friends?
Well, if you come to our website, you can book family time with them where we do a whole experiential situation with you. You get to sit down on the ground, take them for a walk. We have birthday parties. We have corporate meetings. We have festivals, all sorts of different ways, including alpaca yoga.
We also know you have alpaca shearing. What is the purpose of it?
So the primary reason to have alpacas is to harvest their fiber. And so they produce one of the best fleeces of any animal. And so we take it off to get them prepared for summer, but also so that we can spin it into yarn and felt and other types of fibers. And that's why the whole artisan event around us is so that we can show how we use the fiber.
Well, thank you so much. And if you want to find out more about this event coming up, stay tuned later in the show. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Leslie. Well, you just saw some four-legged furry friends on Earth. But there are 6 people that went far above those alpacas on a space mission from Culberson County right here in Texas. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin spacecraft loaded up these 6 brave souls for the company's 4th successful space tourism mission. 5 of the astronauts were paying passengers, and 1 was an engineer for the company. The New Shepard capsule was launched from the West Texas facility and went to the altitude considered to be the beginning of outer space. It was prepped and ready for liftoff.
5, 4, command engine start, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff. Shepard cruise tower.
But what comes up must come down, and within 10 minutes they had returned. The passengers experienced a few minutes of weightlessness during their trip. On the way down, the fully autonomous capsule deployed parachutes and landed in the Texas desert. I am from Houston, and luckily there were no problems. Now, as for the price tag, well, Blue Origin isn't saying how much those tickets cost, but their current competitor, Virgin Galactic, sells their spaceflight seats for $450,000 apiece. Kayla, I think that kind of vacation flight is a bit out of my price range. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Blake, and you're right about that ticket. Now, when we come back from the break, I'm going to introduce you to a woman with a passion for helping others. And we'll take you live to a great place to spend a Saturday. Stay with us.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Near Sanctus Spiritus.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Hey, Maddie, miss me?
Wait, Bud?
What was that all about?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Good to see you, brother.
What the hell are you doing?
That's your lucky day.
The investigation continues tonight into the death of UNT student Sergei Burlikov. Burlikov was found dead at UNT's Victory Hall around 4 p.m. last Thursday. Tarrant County Medical Examiner's office is currently analyzing the death. However, the cause of death was not yet determined. This is the 3rd death at the university this semester, but UNT PD does not believe there is any threat to the community. We will continue to update you as the investigation continues.
Last year, President Biden officially proclaimed March 31st as Trans Day of Visibility. Today, in honor of that, Biden announced that his administration is standing up for transgender Americans against hateful bills being passed at the state level.
The onslaught of anti-transgender state laws attacking you and your families is simply wrong. This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills, and we're committed to advancing transgender equality in the classroom, on the playing field, at work, in our military, in our housing and healthcare systems, everywhere, simply everywhere.
Biden's administration announced several actions they plan to take in order to make the federal government more inclusive of our queer community by adding the X gender marker to airlines and federal travel programs, as well as adding the new gender marker to the White House entry system soon. In addition to the White House becoming more inclusive, so is TSA. The announcement came earlier today, March 31st, on Transgender Day of Visibility. For those gender nonconforming travelers, TSA will no longer be looking at gender identification at checkpoints. Provided that your name matches both your ID and your ticket, this announcement comes just days before the new X gender marker takes effect on U.S. passport applications.
We've been talking a lot about radical change in all aspects of our lives. One local author is helping young women change their lives for the better. Take a look.
1 in 3 women have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner, and 1 in 5 women have been sexually assaulted in their lifetime. Meet Robin Henry, founder of the movement Trauma to Triumph, where she uses social media as a tool to help those who are trying to heal from their past.
A lot of people think trauma to triumph is just sexual trauma, or they think that it's just, your parents were divorced. But what about those who have STDs? What about those who have sicknesses and diseases? This is their trauma. This is the thing that keeps them up at night.
After overcoming an abusive relationship and being sexually assaulted, Robin Henry found strength through journaling, which led to writing her own book entitled The Caged Bird Finally Sings. Now an author and motivational speaker, Robin is passionate about helping women find the strength to rise above their traumatic life experiences.
When it comes to trauma is definitely, it's a soul issue. It clogs up the pipeline to the soul, so your mind, your will, and your emotions. And so what I want to do is to help women cleanse that. Like, let's go ahead and clean that up, because once you get your mind right, your thoughts get in order, your actions get in order. And when your actions are in order, your life is in order.
What started as therapy for herself grew into a safe haven for those in need of words of wisdom and by someone who knows all too well how they may feel.
For those looking to heal, Trauma to Triumph offers one-on-one mentoring, goal-setting classes, and community memberships for anyone who is interested.
Well, Kayla, that weather on Monday was pretty rough.
I know, the wind was keeping me up all night. I hope this weekend goes a little bit smoother.
Hopefully, ntTV's weather anchor Ryan can give us some good news. Ryan?
Well, y'all, we've had all sorts of weather this week, but the South has experienced lots of severe weather in these last 2 days. Here, I want to walk y'all through what's been happening with the radar data I've gathered. So currently, what we have here is, this is not the right map, but here we go. We have the radar up. Across Texas, we have this storm system that went through Denton at around 4 a.m. on Wednesday morning. However, the action doesn't start until about 6 hours later in Louisiana, where you see right here. Look at all of these tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, big old squall line about 200 miles long. And in fact, the actual largest tornado reported was in Springdale, Arkansas, which was an EF3 rating, and it destroyed multiple homes and unfortunately a school gymnasium. Luckily, I don't think there were many injuries. Now, continuing on, more action a few hours later in the Mississippi area, more tornadoes not calming down. Tornado warning after tornado warning, spotted and from the radar data, severe thunderstorm warning. And then a few hours later, when it crosses into the Alabama, Georgia area is when we finally get to see some calmer data. there's no tornado warnings and there's no severe thunderstorm warnings, just a bunch of rain, maybe even some hail. And then on to 11 a.m. Today, there was just a little bit of hail and a lot of rain, no tornadoes, however. However, the risk is not over, as around 90 million Americans are still at risk of severe weather along the East Coast as storms roll up ahead of an impending cold front that's going to blow through the area. We have this map from NOAA right here demonstrating the risk areas. There is down south, and Florida is a little bit milder, and then as we go up into the Pennsylvania, Maryland and Virginia areas, we get a little bit more enhanced area. So please stay up to date with your local emergency management offices and go to weather.gov for all information. However, it's not all about chaos, because currently across North Texas, we're experiencing beautiful, mild temperatures and some clear, sunny skies. So let's see, we got Bowie at 66, Decatur at 66 as well. We have Fort Worth at 70. We have Dallas at 69, McKinney at 66, Sherman at 64, and finally we have Paris out there at 61 degrees. Now across the state of Texas, we're going to see a little bit more radical distribution of temperatures, mainly with warmer temps for the folks down south. Houston at 74, Austin's right there at 77, Denton's at 78, Oklahoma City's at a chilly 59, and then finally all the way out in El Paso is at a mild 73 degrees. Now here is our 7-day forecast for the week. We have lots of sunshine throughout the next few days. Friday through Sunday, completely clear with temperatures in the mid-70s, with Friday's high of 76 degrees going all the way up to Sunday's high of 82. However, on Monday, we have yet another storm with an 80% chance of rain and a high of 71 degrees on Monday. However, Tuesday onward, we might see some partly cloudy skies and those mild temperatures return. Now that's all I have for my full weather forecast. But if you want something fun to do during this great weather in North Texas, Patrice has the perfect thing. Right, Patrice?
It's market season. Returning for its 13th season, the organizers of the Denton Community Market are back in business without a mask mandate and with an increase of vendors. The president of the Denton Community Market Board, Kara Kaufman, stated, quote, "I would say it's pretty much back to how it was pre-COVID end. Although this lot may be empty now, come April 2nd, vendors are looking forward to engaging with the community in full swing. If you're interested in fresh foods and the new addition of food trucks, come on down to the Denton Community Market this Saturday afternoon, April 2nd, located on West Mulberry Street. Ryan, Kayla, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys attend. Back to you at the desk."
Thanks, Patrice. We will be sure to check it out. You know, Kayla, with the end of the semester just around the corner, I've been really stressed out.
You know, me too, Blake. And one of my favorite things to do when I'm stressed is to go to a cute little coffee shop and knock out all my work. Our segment anchor, Isabella Quintanilla, made a list of some amazing coffee shops right here in Denton so that you at home can de-stress as well.
That's right, guys. Around this time of year, we all need a little relaxation, and there is nothing better than getting a nice cup of coffee in some of the best coffee shops around. First up on our list is Zero Coffee Denton, which is a nonprofit operating under the Denton Freedom House that runs entirely on volunteer efforts. Located on East McKinney Street, this adorable little coffee shop serves a variety of coffee and non-coffee drinks, along with some great breakfast and lunch options. Our next coffee shop on the list is the West Oak Coffee Bar, located on Oak Street, right in the square. This coffee shop prioritizes having a welcoming environment for all, and on top of that, they have an amazing coffee menu and espresso bar, as well as an elaborate breakfast menu for whatever you're in the mood for. Lastly, we have Jupiter House, which is another coffee house on the square, located on Locust Street, that is well known for their rustic charm. It is the perfect hangout spot, and they serve a variety of coffee drinks and delicious pastries, including their mouth-watering cinnamon rolls. All of these are highly recommended coffee shops, and they are only a 10-minute drive or less from campus. So if you need a place to get some work done, hang out with friends, or just grab some coffee, then be sure to check them out. Blake and Kayla, back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up, there may be some relief for college students struggling with debt.
and an interview full of surprises. We'll be right back.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Imagine it's ice cream day at the office. And everyone from the day before voted for their favorite flavor. Everyone but you. You decided not to vote. The flavor they picked isn't the one that you wanted. But can you really complain? Shh! Now imagine that with an elected official.
Choose not to vote, choose not to be heard. Get registered today.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
It's that time of year where everyone plays a dangerous game with the flu. Going in uneducated, you run the risk of symptoms like cough, migraine, and fatigue. Don't be like this guy. Combat the flu with cough drops, ibuprofen, and a good night's sleep. Be smart, don't catch the flu.
With the average senior graduating college with $20,000 to $30,000 in debt, many students feel they're starting their careers off with a cross. However, there's a new and growing effort to help struggling families pay for college, and luckily 2 North Texas schools are part of it. The UT System Board of Regents recently approved Promise Plus, a new $300 million endowment to provide enhanced tuition assistance to eligible students at every UT branch school, including UT Arlington and UT Dallas. In a press statement, Dallas President Richard C. Benson stated, quote, "The students who benefit from Promise Plus are among the best and brightest, and I am incredibly grateful for this support and what it means to our mission at the university," end quote.
I hope that this program is something that can be implemented here too. But now we're going back to texture where, Leslie, it looks like you have a furry friend with you.
Yes, I do. This is Peaches, and she won't be very fluffy for much longer. So if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, come join the alpacas at the Texas farm to get their coats off. It will be an event going on April 2nd from 9 a.m. until noon with a variety of different events like alpaca yoga, live music, food and drinks, and you can even get some pictures with the alpacas. I'm going to go ahead and get my picture, but for now, back to you guys at the studio.
Well, Leslie, I hope that you can snag a few more minutes with those guys before they lose their fleeces on Saturday.
I'm definitely going to have to take a trip out to Aubrey this weekend. But for now, we're headed over to sports anchor Zach Fox for a breakup situation that works out for both parties involved. Zach?
Around a clock, but what about the unexpected happens? Sometimes that's when the best of us appear. Details on what's happening with a local high school after this.
Listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
Sometimes breakups are for the best. A new door opens bigger and better opportunities, whether personal relationships to career goals to even our beloved high school sports. When Prosper ISD was building a second high school in 2020, many were left to speculate as it being a bad move. Prosper was nearing 4,500 students and creeping up on Allen with 7,000. Instead, Prosper Rock Hill was born. Naturally, Prosper lost a lot of athletic talent, especially in spring sports. Now, both of the Prosper ISD softball teams are ranked #1 in the area. Prosper 21-3-1 in 6A and Rock Hill 18-7 in 5A. In baseball, Prosper and Rock Hill are ranked in the top 5 in the area. The only school district with more than 4 area ranked teams is Louisville ISD, which has 5, 2 in baseball and 3 in softball. But that represents only half of the teams in LISD, a district with 5 high schools. And this also might be the best senior class that Prosper has ever had in softball, with a group of 5 college signees. That includes 3 of the best power hitters in the area: Texas Tech signee Elizabeth Moffitt, Maryland signee Sydney Lewis, and Mississippi State signee Gabby Coffey. In a school district that grew by 2,700 students just last year, splitting up the talent is still far from over. A third high school, Walnut Grove, is scheduled to open up in the fall of 2024. Although it hasn't been determined if it will open for grades 9 through 12 or just freshmen and sophomores. Rock Hill will be leaving 5A next school year to join Prosper in 6A, and the quest to reunite after immediate success and proving everyone wrong to those who doubted. The Dallas Mavs are also experiencing a change in scenery. The team has won 3 in a row and 5 of their last 6. However, the downfall of other powerhouse teams are allowing the Mavs to leapfrog to 3rd place in the Western Conference. Taking down the Jazz 114-100 last weekend improved Dallas to 4th before last night's 120-112 victory over the Cleveland Cavs. And another Golden State Warriors loss to Phoenix allowed the MFFL Nation to awake happier than ever. The last time the Mavs finished the season as a 3 seed was, you guessed it, the 2011 championship season. Still work to be done, as any slip-up could send the Mavs down as far as a 6 seed, but will continue their reign tomorrow night in Washington.
Thank you so much, Zach. And thank you so much for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again Monday night at 6 here on North Texas Television.